Don't be a boob. For more videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel.
And you can kind of see what's happening here behind me. Now, this particular area is still under a storm surge warning, and you can see why. The storm surge is already covering the road here on Lakeshore Drive. We're talking about massive waves already crashing out of Lake Pontchartrain, and it's going to continue. We have these northerly winds, or northerly wind component, a strong northerly wind component continuing through at least Wednesday. So let's take a look at the latest on Sally, a Category 1 hurricane now at 85 miles per hour. It is forecast to make landfall sometime between today and tomorrow. It's moving so slowly between the Mississippi, Alabama, or western Florida panhandle area, and then skirt off to the east, eventually impacting places like Atlanta and Savannah and Charlotte. Now, as mentioned, a tropical storm warning where I am in the New Orleans area that was downgraded from the hurricane warning that we were under, but we still do have that hurricane warning for coastal Mississippi stretching into the western portions of the Florida Panhandle. Mobile, Pensacola, you're included in that hurricane warning. We also have a tornado watch. The atmosphere is looking a bit conducive to get some of those tornadoes to spin up for places like Mobile, Crestview, down into Panama City, so keep that in mind. Let's take a look at some of the current wind speeds. I can tell you we have gotten almost to tropical storm force winds at the Lakefront Airport in New Orleans. I've been keeping an eye on it, and we've had gusts up to 38 miles an hour. I'm sure we've seen tropical storm force gusts somewhere else in this area. And then you can see the winds all along the northern Gulf Coast are very steady in the teens and 20s. We're going to continue that flash flood watch for the places that are going to see quite a bit of rain. Rain is no longer going to be the big issue here in New Orleans. This is really the story in New Orleans, the storm surge from Lake Pontchartrain. But other places like Evergreen, Pensacola, you guys are still under that flash flood watch because we're expecting so much rain from the system. Look at some of the rain to come through Friday. Look at some of these impressive totals. We're talking a foot and a half in that red right along the coast. Locally 20 to 30 inches possible for places like Pascagoula. And then, of course, we do have that storm still spinning just off the coast, and that's going to continue the northerly wind component here around Lake Pontchartrain. So I want to show you a little bit more about what is going on here. So the waves are crashing out of the banks, and they are running down here. Now the drain is catching some of the storm surge, but it's really continuing to just collect. If you can see just behind me here, that is a parking lot, a grassy area, a picnic area where people would usually be able to, enjoy the day, but we just have a steady flow of water coming out of Lake Pontchartrain into that area. And I will tell you, the water is crossing Lakeshore Drive. That's why it's been closed since yesterday. But this is just the beginning. I can't stress enough that it's that wind energy. It's that constant northerly wind that's making the difference here. It's the wind that creates the waves anyways, and then you continue with that constant wind energy. Winds at 30 miles per hour, sustained gusting up to tropical storm force. And you are talking about this storm surge continuing to get worse. And this is not the worst place. We're here so we can stay safe and be able to, get in and out if we need to. However, other places in Lakeshore Drive completely covered. Water flowing over those areas. We've heard from the Levee Police that. So Lakeshore Drive closed for a very good reason. And it just goes to show you, Dr. Postel, we say it over and over again. The conditions, the impacts are far reaching outside of the center, outside of the cone, and this is a perfect example of that here just off the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain.
Felicia, it's a marvelous example. You're exactly right. I mean, the core of Sally is nowhere near